epic rap battles of history! Prometheus versus King Bomb! Begin! You're done, son. My name's King Bomb. Seducing woods are my hood. If you're thinking of escaping, you can suck on my wood. I got a hot girlfriend with twig old biddies. Your slow burning ass couldn't even reach tree 50. I mean, damn, son. You came from Big Mom's fat ass. The hottest thing about you is a thing of the past. Hell, I bet you couldn't even light up wood drenched with gas. So just go and spare me your shitty son sass. Bow to the king, baby.
Uh-huh. Oh yeah. My name is Prometheus, lord of all the homies. I'll light you up and...
Oh, jeez. Ugh.
Oh, shit. I didn't actually mean to, do I just keep going? Or do I stop? Like, what's the rule here?
I honestly think you're good, dude. I mean, you can keep going if you want, but, I don't think there'd be much of a point. Ugh.
Who won? Who's next? You decide!
Hey everybody, Tekking101 here to review One Piece, chapter 874, titled King Bomb. And it's a very special chapter because we have the results of the One Piece character popularity poll, and taking away number one, not even a contest, as if I have to say who it is. I think we all know. Number one goes to Gaimon. Yeah, that's right. The guy stuck in a treasure chest from East Blue. I think the fandom just collectively realized who the true star of this story was. So yeah, he hinges number one. No, of course, it's Luffy. It's our main man in the straw hat. I'll get more into the discussion of the poll at the end, but, I thought it was going to be a whole away. It was going to be all the straw hats that were going to clinch the top 10. And they did all make it in the top 20, just barely. Frankie and Brooke, 19 and 20, so what the hell there. But, yeah, they all made it in the top 20, but there's some other characters too that are really interesting. And the cover page this week is showcasing characters from the top 20. So not everyone, but you see Luffy and Boa there in their little fan fiction moment. You see Corazon and Lost, that's cool. And Crocodile. My god, you know what? I would say that a lot of characters would have ranked higher if they're prevalent in the story, because One Piece is such a huge story. There's characters that were popular, 10 years ago that nobody really thinks about anymore, so they don't rank really high. But Crocodile always consistently ranks high in these polls no matter when he shows up. He has not showed up in years, since before the time skip. That was last time we saw Crocodile, but my hashtag can't stop the croc, am I right? Alright, well, let's get right into it. Big Mom is charging toward King Bomb. Remember, King Bomb is stitched back up, and, Luffy and Pedro and, Jinbei and Nami, they're all riding on his head trying to get to the seducing woods. The Sunny is moored on the opposite side of the seducing woods, so King Bomb is, like, huffing it. Nami, remember, still has a fragment of Lola's Viva card, so they'll still listen to what she has to say. So Big Mom takes out her tricorn hat, or is it a bicorn hat? Whatever. It doesn't matter the type of hat. What matters is a fucking sword could come out of it. Napoleon, her hat. And then she uses, amongst all things, a fucking Elbaf move. Like, it's Elbaf's spear, foreign threat, and she just thrusts that motherfucker right up King Bomb's ass. I'm not screwing with you. It goes right aimed in the back and freaking cornholes him. I mean, holy shit. That's brutal. He just manages to barely avoid a direct hit. If that was the case, he would have just gotten obliterated. I have to question something, though, really quick. If Big Mom ate the soul fruit and has complete dominance over the homies and the souls, why couldn't she remove the soul from King Bomb? I know the whole reason King Bomb is listening to Nami is because Nami has a fragment of it in the Vivera card, but you'd think the fucking cow would trump just a pint of milk, you know what I mean? Like, Big Mom would be like, King Bomb, return to dust from which you came. Like that scene in Full Metal Alchemist, like, fucking father just grabs Greed and just like, damn you, return to nothing, and just crushes him. You think Big Mom could do some shit like that? that with King Bomb and just end this fucking problem in 0.2 seconds. But she doesn't do that. Maybe because she's just not thinking straight. She's thinking straight enough to pull out a sword and use an Elbath move, but whatever. And she's still very much aware of herself. She's still capable of speech. But okay, anyway, how the hell she used this technique, I don't know. Because it would be one thing if the Giants were on good terms with Big Mom and they taught her these things. It would be one thing if she had a family member that was a giant, but she doesn't. The whole fucking reason she's so pissed off is, well, for right now, because she can't get her cake. But otherwise, the normal reason she's always pissed off is because her marriage, Lola's marriage with the Giants, just crumbled. So maybe she got it through, observation, stealing shit. I don't know, like she came across a giant and kidnapped. I don't know. I don't know how she would have found out this technique, but the point of the matter is she has it. Maybe since she devoured Mother Caramel might know about it. Maybe she absorbed memories. I don't know how that's working, but for whatever reason, she figured out this technique. Now, this technique harkens back to the move that Dory and Broggy used against that giant goldfish thing at the end of Little Garden. That technique was actually called Warrior Nation, so it's a different technique, but same basic premise and same naming scheme. This is the power of Elbath, Warrior Nation, and then it punches a giant hole in the goldfish, and then kind of a similar move here where it punches a giant hole in whatever she thrusts her attack at. So, yeah, King Bomb just barely dodges it. They realize that they're not going to be able to take another hit from that fucking thing. It's not going to happen. So they need to figure out another way to get out of here. Nami's talking about that lady tree in the last chapter that was repairing King Bomb. See, I completely missed this, but apparently, yeah, there was another tree simply named Lady Tree. That's her actual name, is Lady Tree. And King Bomb, that's his fiance. So she was the one that, stitched back up King Bomb after he was cut up by the Big Mom crew, and then I guess that's the reason, that's what he's fighting for, even though they're both homies and they're both being manipulated by Big Mom, but okay, fine, whatever. So that gets King Bomb motivated to move. He's like, you're right, Jew, I can't die here, Jew, and so he keeps on running toward. However, Big Mom's, she's gearing up for another one of those things. She could keep firing these things off all day, so they're like, there's nothing we can do here. That's when Nami, bright idea. Nami is the MVP of this chapter. Nami for the fucking whizzle. She whips out her fucking climb attack, probably right out of her tits like always, and then whips out some of her black balls towards Big Mom. And her plan here is to get Zeus distracted. Zeus is a thundercloud. Her logic is thunder likes thunder. I guess you could go along the logic of, like magnetic attractions and shit, like lightning storms and stuff.
Come on, Zeus, you fucking pussy!
So, true enough, upon seeing these little miniature black balls poofing out, Zeus immediately gets distracted and just starts, Pac-Manning it up, like, oompa, 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 starts eating them all. Big Mom fucking falls right off of the cloud just as she's attacking. So it's like, she's gearing up. Elbath spear, oh shit! And just slams it into the ground. Fucking hell, sorry mole people, but whatever. If there's any subterranean race that exists in One Piece, it don't anymore. But yeah, it gets wrecked from that attack, and then Big Mom falls off Zeus, and then Zeus just continues on in the opposite direction, just mumbling up the freaking the thunderclouds. Looks really cute while he's doing it too. Now remember, Zeus and Prometheus are a little different from the other homies. The other homies on the island are created from the souls of the people on the island that they donate, that leave or life shit. So they take the little amounts of soul energy from a member of the island, and then they toss it into a homie, and that's how you get the majority of homies. Prometheus and Zeus, though, they are created with Big Mom's own personal soul. So they're more like her clones, and Big Mom's even stated this when she was fighting against Brooke. And since they are her clones, I would assume they also have quite an appetite. So when it comes to Zeus, he just has an appetite for these thunderclouds that Nami is producing, and just he gets distracted and he starts gobbling them up. I would still say that Big Mom should be able to be like, hey Zeus, get your fucking big cloud ass back here. But, I guess since they're clones, maybe they are on like equal footing or something, yet they're still subservient to Big Mom. So I don't exactly know how this goes. But eventually King Bomb manages to get a lead on them. But Big Mom is caught back there. She can't move. So they arrive at the seducing woods finally, and all of the trees in the forest, they just, they move out of out of the way. It's like, oh, it's King Bomb. He's back. And they open up a path right for the Thousand Sunny. All they have to do is go straight through it. They're thinking, yes, we're in the clear. That's when Zeus catches up to them. Just Zeus by himself. He shows up next to King Bomb. But he's not mad. He's actually very grateful. And he's like, oh, pretty girl with the giant clouds on her chest. Could you please give me some more black balls? That's not actually what he says. He's like, oh, I like those black balls. Could you give me more? And then Nami's like, oh, well, sure. Luffy comes up and he's like, all right, we'll give them to you, but would you let us ride on you? Because I will admit, that does look really fun. Luffy's still Luffy. Zeus, this is the confusing part. Zeus brings up, oh no, I only let Mama ride me. I'm like, okay, so you're going to obey the rule that only Big Mom is allowed to ride on me. That's something I hope that you won't think too much about. But you're not going to obey the rule of, like, hey, Zeus, I'm going to ride you and we're going to chase after the straw. Oh, damn it, you got distracted. So, yeah, I guess hunger just trumps all. I mean, it is Big Mom's personal clone, so I guess hunger just trumps everything. For Zeus, it's thunderclouds. For Big Mom, it's cake. For Prometheus, I guess give Prometheus some fucking gasoline or charcoal and he'll just be like, oh, yeah, this is good charcoal. Man, this is good lighter fluid. I'll be right with you, Big Mom. I gotta eat this. I don't know what you could give Napoleon. He's a hat. Maybe some Waterloo. No, that would hurt his ego if you gave him some Waterloo. I know, poison. He'll probably puke it back up, but you could give Napoleon some poison. Right, and then you have Nami, who basically comes up with the clever idea of, oh, okay, I'll give you some more black balls if you become my servant instead. And she looks really nice and cutesy when she says it. Sanji's in the background like, oh, I'll be your servant. I'll be your servant all night, Nami Swan. Jinbei's in the back like, she wasn't talking to you. And I'm just like, is this a good time to be having this conversation? Probably not, but it's One Piece, so let's just go with it. There have been people saying that, wow, man, Nami, she leveled up. Nami has whole new powers now. And I'm thinking, honestly, not really, not so much. I mean, she's very clever. She's good at thinking on her feet. She's always kind of been. But I don't think this really means that Nami's more superior. I mean, it makes perfect sense to me. I mean, like, first off, I think the thunder thing, that was a gamble a little bit. She wasn't sure 100% that thing was gonna fucking work, that the Zeus was gonna get distracted by the Thunderballs, but you figure, you got nothing to lose, right? You might as well try it. He's like, well, maybe if I shoot out thunder, then that thunder cloud will follow it. I'll give it a shot, right? Maybe, what the hell? And so she did it, and it worked, and the fact that Zeus is probably even listening to her right now is a combination of the fact that it's Big Mom's homie, and that he's driven by hunger, and also that she's still got the Vivara card, she's still got a fragment of Big Mom with her. So I would say that's the reason, really, why this plan worked out so well. I don't think it's like, oh man, yeah, Nami leveled up. She's on whole new levels of power right now. I'm like, now, if Nami took on one of the Big Mom pirates and came out on top, and it was like a legitimate fight, and we got to see how she could fare, that would be one thing. But I think she just, using her clever, thinking on her feet kind of mentality, and also that she just got really lucky by having the tools she needed, like the Climb Attack that could summon thunder, and the Lola's Vivara card. I think that's really what really came into play here. However, this victory is rather short-lived because Big Mom just lets out another death screech, "Seducing Woods! Stop them!" And of course, even though King Bomb is the ruler of the forest, bow to the queen, so to speak, her power is the thing that really reigns supreme. So her blast of her voice causes all the trees and the bushes and the flowers in the forest to revert back to their very mischievous, like the default setting of the Seducing Woods, which is whoever goes into it loses their way and eventually dies. So the path to the Sunny is closed, and they all start acting the way they did when they first arrived on the island. However, King Bomb still has his senses about him because of his sexy tree bitch when he gets home. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to call your fiancé a bitch. Your lovely, sappy woman full of oak, or I wonder what kind of tree King Bomb's fiancé is. That's an interesting discussion for a video. I'll do a discussion video about that. I think that's warranted. Okay. Well, anyway, King Bomb is like, no, you can't just stomp through the forest. That's how this forest, traps you. Instead, I'll be the one to stomp through this forest. So he just starts running through the fucking thing, just kicking trees and shit out of the way. It's fucking good. However, yeah, that doesn't end too well because while Zeus is out of the picture, you still got the manifestation of the fiery powers of hell. And I don't know if you knew this, but King Bomb is a tree. So it's not going to end very well. Prometheus inflates up to a giant size and then just stares right down King Bomb and is like, hey, You betrayed us, didn't you? Oh, shit. King Bomb No! And he's crushed under Prometheus's ass. I mean, damn, of all the ways to go. Hey, maybe he's not actually dead. Maybe it's gonna be like some Guardians of the Galaxy shit, where he's like, he pops back up at the end of the chapter, and he's a little seedling, and he's gonna continue on Oh, he's fucking dead. He's incinerated. He is now charcoal. Oh, God. And then Big Mom's stomping out of the fucking flames like, wedding cake. So, holy shit. Meanwhile, we see what the other members of the Big Mom Pirates are, and sorry, Ace, I guess that's only the fourth time. Fourth worst thing that's happened in your life. Okay. God damn it. No! Oh. Okay, this is a very precarious setup I have, okay? Let's son of a bitch. Okay, let's just continue. Alright, so we cut back to seeing the other members of the Big Mom Pirates, and I have to say, I do enjoy what Oda's doing here. He's setting it up like an actual fighting force. This isn't gonna be as simple as let's just get to our ship and escape. This is an entire territory of a Yonko. She's got a crew, thousands, not hundreds, thousands strong, okay? You got Brule in the mirror world with literally 10,000 soldiers armed to the teeth, led by Perospero and Daifuku. You have fucking Montedor, and he's planning shit out. He's like, okay, all of our Tart battleships, they're gonna be surrounding the southwest section of the island around the Thousand Sunny. You're our first line of defense. However, even if they get beyond that, we have sieges set up for Flavor Island and Liquor Island. You got the fucking territorial sea slugs all mapping out the waters, letting you know exactly where they are. They are not letting them get away. Now, of course, the Straw Hat ship is capable of flight, so you could just, zoom over all that shit. But they have to get there first, and guess who's waiting for them? Yeah, Katakuri, fucking Dogtooth, decides to do the smart move, I have to say. They know where the Thousand Sunny is docked. They have a magical mirror girl that could send you to any mirror location on the island. So there's no wonder, Katakuri just storms the Thousand Sunny with a bunch of, his chess soldiers. You got, the Crocagator guy there. They just all sit down. He just sits himself down on the Sunny, and it's just like, just in case. They're probably not going to get here, but just in case, I'm waiting for him. Now, I did mention when I did a live stream of this a few days ago, why don't they just destroy the Sunny? Why don't they burn it? Why don't they just send it out to sea so they can't get to it? The way I'm thinking of it is, well, if the Straw Hats are running toward the Sunny and they don't see it on the shore, then they're not going to keep running to the shore, Probably not. They're going to realize they did something to it. So you're going to keep it there. Although I would say you do have magical mirror girl Brule, who is capable of creating all these illusions with her mirrors. Like, she was able to turn regular animals in the forest into perfect replicas of Nami and, Luffy and stuff. So she probably could have replicated the Sunny, and they got there, and it turns out to just be like a log floating in the water, and oh shit, and then Katakuri just shows up and is like, oh shit, but yeah, they're just wrecking the Thousand Sunny, knocking shit around, like piece of shit, whatever, waiting for the Straw Hats to show up, probably raiding, Frankie's cola stash, drinking all of Zoro's sake. Dogtooth has probably looked through Nami and Robin's underwear drawer, and that's just another reason to want him dead, because I didn't get that opportunity. Anyway, last scene of the chapter, we cut back over to Beijay's little group there. He's still running away from the attacks of Big Mom's tanks, and you see Pudding arrive there on Rabian, the magical carpet, which I guess is just a legitimate magical carpet. Anyway, arrives next to Beijay and is like, oh, I need to talk to Chiffon. Chiffon comes out and we need to figure out a way to make a cake to satiate Big Mom, and Chiffon does the smart thing. She's just like, I don't give a shit anymore. Yeah, I'm defecting the island. I'm literally in the middle of defecting right now. You can't tell this. I can't make a cake. I don't care what happens anymore. And then Pudding is like, no, you don't understand. We need to make sure that Sanji and his friends escape because they're gonna be killed. And then she starts tearing up, and little booger starts coming down. All three of her eyes begin to tear up. And it's like, okay, that's the end of the chapter. Now look, I know where you could go with this. Pudding has had a fucking shitty life. Ever since she was a little girl, people were always making fun of her. Her own family, her own mom. Everybody was telling her she looked fucking creepy. By the way, I never understood that. If I had a friend growing up that had a third eye, I would think that would be fucking cool. Wouldn't you? Be like, that is so cool! But no, everyone's like, oh, fucking third eye, ridiculous. Get away from me, you freak. And so this is her entire life. She had to live like this. She turned into a fucking hardcore bitch, a duplicitous bitch. And with one compliment of Sanji, of course, that was the one part of, like, positive reinforcement she got her entire life. So that's the reason she wants to help them. I'm like, alright, but she's still got some serious issues to be worked out here, okay? Like just one compliment from Sanji and she just throws away her entire life. Like, I need to save him! Like, okay, alright, you can save him, but, Sanji, you might want to stay away from that shit. You might want to stay away from that because I don't think you want to introduce that kind of bullshit into your life, you know what I mean? Alright, Pudding, Chiffon, help her out, but then you need to go see a therapist or something, girl, because, you know, this whole thing is not going to be solved by Sanji's will of D, alright? But yeah, that's what I figured. Pudding's a good person now. I don't entertain anything about her joining the crew or anything. I mean, it would always be nice to have a third female on the crew, and she does have the Third Eye clan and the eye thing, so that's kind of an interesting aspect of her character, and she does have big... Okay, I'm 50-50 on Pudding joining the crew now! Oh man, it doesn't take much to sway me, does it? Yeah, no, seriously though, that was rather jarring, but it's how I figured this was gonna go. I mean, this arc is wrapping up, and Big Mom is not letting this shit go, so... Yeah, I don't know how they're going to escape, guys. I seriously don't know how this is going on. Getting away from the battleships and the territorial sea slugs and all the fucking... That should be easy. If you can get on the Sunny and use a coup de burst, that'll shoot you like a kilometer away. You'll still probably be in Big Mom's territory, but... it would get you away from the immediate danger. However, getting past Katakuri in the group, I don't know. Hell, even getting through the Seducing Woods now that King Bomb got... Because the entire Seducing Woods got lit up by Paramecia, so maybe they could escape while it's burning. But getting to the Sunny, they're going to have a confrontation with Katakuri. Oh, and by the way, with Katakuri, yeah, it's been revealed that he's actually not a Logia. We had a little bit of a retcon here. It's now a special Paramecia, which opens a whole other fucking chest of worms. Like, okay, so now there are different categories of Paramecia. So we had carnivorous zones and mythical zones, and now we have fucking Paramecia, special Paramecia class. I don't know how that goes, but hey, at least I'm actually cool with that. I'm okay with a retcon every now and then, because I legitimately did not make a lot of sense after Katakuri's Logia, because it was supposed to be based on like some natural element. Like, you had electricity, you have mud, you have fire, you have, who else was a Logia? You had, did I already say lightning? Well, you had magma or ice, you know, things that are naturally occurring in the world. And then you get to Katakuri, who is like mochi, or like a sticky, ricey gum substance. And I'm like, okay. I mean, I guess it exists a little bit. I mean, Luffy's rubber would make more sense, you know what, for being... Maybe Luffy is a special Paramecia class. I'll go with that, fine. But yeah, maybe if the Straw Hats make it out of the Seducing Woods and have to confront Dogtooth and actually have to straight up fight him in order to get away, maybe we'll find out what it actually means with the whole Devil Fruit thing and Paramecia, special Paramecia, all that bullshit. So look forward to that. So yeah, I would say 2-3 more chapters tops on this, guys. That's all that's going to be remaining in this fucking arc. And then, hell, maybe even next chapter might be it. Next chapter might be the last chapter. Who knows? But talking a little bit about the popularity poll. So, okay, we have the top 10, which is pretty cool. You know, we have Zoro, Nami, Luffy. They all reached it. Law was in there. That's pretty cool. The Straw Hats that rank the lowest, though, you have Brook at 19 and Frankie at 20. So all the Straw Hats made it in the top 20. But like I said, it was just fucking barely, man. So, I mean, it was crazy. Let me just scroll down to look through this. And I think Frankie actually had to share a spot with Marco. They both got 861 votes. And Frankie's my favorite Straw Hat. I just did a discussion video about the guy. And it's funny because he ranks the lowest out of all of the Straw Hats. He's the least favorite, I guess. That kind of sucks. Usopp got 15th. Cavendish got 13 somehow. I don't know why people are just swooning over Cavendish, but he's on there. Robin got 12. That's a fucking cheat. Shanks got 11. Sanji got 3rd. Chopper actually ranked higher than Nami. He got 7. Nami got 8. Sabo got 9. Oh, by the way, we're going to be getting a special One Piece like magazine article, and it's actually going to include Sabo's bounty, which that would be cool, because outside of Kuma, before his bounty was frozen when he became a warlord, Sabo's will be the first active revolutionary bounty that we'll ever see, because we don't know what dragons or koalas is yet, or hacks. So it'll be cool to see what the government places on the second in command of the fucking revolutionaries, you know. I'm thinking it's going to be... I don't see it being higher than 1 billion. If it's going to be the highest, it might be 1 billion. But maybe I'm aiming more around 800, 900 million right now for Sabo's bounty. But we're going to be getting that shortly. Ace, man. Number 5, you got Ace. Number 6 is Jinbei. Yeah, so that's how it goes, and you could go through the whole list. It goes up to 100. Blackbeard actually ranked really low. Blackbeard only got 48. I understand he hasn't been in the store. We haven't seen Blackbeard since the time skip, but damn, 48 for something that is going to be like someone that is going to be this series one of the major antagonists. But okay, Karen ranked 26. That's cool. I'm not just rattling off numbers. You can go look up on this on yourself. But yeah, it was a pretty cool popularity poll. I hope to see maybe more of these in the future. It was pretty neat. Thanks you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed my little rap number at the beginning. I like to do stuff like that. It was kind of fun to do something like kind of intricate intro that I've done, like with the Bleach reviews and stuff. It's cool to get back into that. Thank you guys for watching. Really means a lot. This will be Tekking101 signing out. See you guys.